Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Transatlantic Throwdown. My name is Rob Ghosty Dreams Price, and I'll be bringing you these two games between our two contenders here today. On one side, we've got a guy who's pretty much become synonymous with projectile DPS, and DPS in general, has been in the mouths of people as well, looking towards that Overwatch League for years to come, and that, of course, is none other than FlexG. And on the other side, we have Mangachu. You know, a little bit of a no-name, but at least we're delighted to have him coming in here today to see what he's capable of up against what pretty much is the best that Irish has to offer. But realistically, I think this is going to be an incredibly fun game. So basically, the way this is going to work come into this is we are going to be playing our first game on EU servers. So this will be a first to 10, and then we'll swap over towards the North American servers to try and give a little bit of an even siding for both of these players, and then we'll try and see who will be able to come out on top. So Mangachu, to start off things, will be playing on a little bit of a risky ping when he tries to come into this, and then we'll see what FlexG can do when put under similar circumstances. But we will be getting in very shortly. I think this is really going to be a fantastic set of games getting into this, and really showcase that, you know, Ireland coming into this World Cup has at least shown a strong game on Twitter. So we'll have to see if he can now bring it from the social media game in towards the actual Overwatch game as well. And none other than FlexG to try and represent us here up against Mangachu, of course, from the Toronto Defiant, a fantastic Overwatch DPS player, has looked incredible on Farah previously. We also seen him like picking up a few of those sneaky Torbjorns I think he's famous for back in World Cup, I think it was 2017 as well, picking up the only kill on that Torbjorn hammer. So definitely a name that a lot of people will know, and we'll have to see exactly how FlexG can go up against them. I've got high hopes personally. I do think FlexG should be able to work wonders here, but we'll have to see exactly what he can do. I mean, we've cast in the Irish scene, we've seen FlexG pull out incredible performances on this hero before, has looked incredibly strong, and I'm now going up against Mangachu, though, is going to be kind of a different kettle of fish. It is going to be quite tough to go up, and it's really going to come down to trying to predict and learn the patterns of movement that Mangachu has. But of course, Mangachu is going to be playing this hero at the top level, so trying to figure him out and try and get in towards the mind of what is an Overwatch League Pro is going to be no easy feat. So we'll have to see if FlexG is going to be capable of that as we get into this. So I think we are going to be loading in very shortly. I am still waiting on just confirmation from our guys in the production end of things to let us know what's going to be happening. See, they're loading up with the ready, so should be getting in just momentarily, but I think this is definitely going to be a fantastic match to keep our eyes on for. So as we are loading in, it is going to be Eichenwald. As we said, it's going to be first to 10. And also for anyone who isn't aware of this game mode as well, you will have the Farah, but of course you will also have a little bit of healing coming in. So it's almost like you're being pocketed by the Mercy the whole time. So you'll be making sure that you land a few consecutive rockets in a row to make sure that you're able to take down your opponent. But we will have to see what both of these guys will be capable of. We're going to be watching from the perspective of FlexG anyway in this one. Might swap over to Mangachu a little bit later, but we can already see shots are raining down on both sides. Mangachu trying to take the higher level here, and I think that helps out quite a bit. We're testing out this game mode a little while ago, and it definitely was. Being in that higher position gave you the advantage, a little bit of a better angle on trying to find your opponents, and made it a little bit easier to keep track of them as well. And already FlexG one down. Mangachu showing that it doesn't matter if he's struggling with the ping, he's still able to figure out his opponents. So FlexG once more taking to the skies, trying to see if he can land a few shots, repping that green skin, showing that he's here for Ireland, whereas Mangachu is going to be rocking out for Team Canada in this Overwatch World Cup. Already FlexG again, sitting down below, one shot lands, will be able to get one in return, but neither player really finding the couple of shots they'd really like. FlexG trying to get in close and personal, see if he can get the shots while Mangachu's reloading, but again, Mangachu is just able to find those shots, is figuring out FlexG's movements, and is pounding down these rockets consistently. And we're going to see FlexG once again trying to see if he can reset the tables a little bit. As we said, up to 10, so still plenty of time to try and see what they can do here. Again though, Mangachu is on the air, taking that higher angle, means that he's able to keep a track of his opponents. Good use of concussive blast as well, they're just trying to reposition, and again Mangachu is just running away with this. FlexG really needs, you know, well, we're going to take it easy. It's just a little bit of a warm-up so far, but especially when you're on EU, if Mangachu is doing this already, you got to be worried. Now there's a couple of shots landing, but FlexG not able to get those final shots. Mangachu taking about a quarter HP there, but unfortunately not quite able to finish him off for Team Ireland now. FlexG again takes a couple of shots, using that concussive blast to try and move away. We'll see Mangachu land for just a moment, get a bit of rest before he takes the air once again. Oh, FlexG, you can hear the gasp coming out there, taking very, very low. Now looking to escape as it goes for the reload. Does not want to get caught out. That's where you're at your most dangerous as well. But one of the big things you got to look at here as well is if you can swap over towards... Yeah, it's like you got to worry about the barrage when you come into this, because one of the things is, of course, you can take those shots. Yes, the barrage is your ultimate, it looks great, but the problem is you end up like a sitting duck when you do that. So if you can't get those first few shots to come off in your favor, it really ends up hindering you in the long run. So I think that's why we're seeing Mangachu sitting here, not looking to try and use that ultimate, and instead not able to get away from FlexG there. So FlexG able to pull one back. So one on the board for Team Ireland, 3 for the Canadian thus far. See now maybe FlexG starting to get into the swing of things, does manage to get a nice shot onto Mangachu there. Not quite able to follow up, another one does land, but again it's about this consistently. You have to follow up with multiple rockets. You can't just get one and hope for the best there. You got to try and consistently match where your opponent's going to be moving. See one landing once again. Unfortunately, Mangachu has able to sneak his way back in, snaking out of the way of these rockets and turns it back around. 2 quick shots and FlexG will drop once again. And this is where you kind of got to start looking at the frustration starting to set in. This Overwatch League Pro now sitting 4 up in this game to the 1 of FlexG. Again, taking a few shots for the Irishman, but looking to see if he can turn them back around. And this is where, when you're already playing on EU, you've got the ping in your advantage. This is where you really want to try and settle the score, try and get yourself into a good position. Nearly able to do so. FlexG does manage to get it below, not quite. That rocket just whizzed past the hair of Mangachu. Now he's starting to turn it back in his favor, starting to collect himself. Mangachu not quite able to get away as FlexG gets up close and personal. Managed to get 2 shots in quick succession.
Hello, clearing the area.
Now we're going to be waiting again as Mangachu comes up and goes down instantly. That wasn't even fair. FlexG just watches him fly into the sky and says perfectly, I know the trajectory you're on, and does it again. This is just like bullying at this stage and out of nowhere. FlexG has managed to bring it back 4 for 4. Mangachu has got to be a bit careful when he's coming off the ground, but unfortunately it's not going to be the case. Looks like that ping not really helping him out when he's trying to get up off the ground and dodge these first initial shots from FlexG, but now has gotten into the air, now has gotten comfortable, and now gets one back against FlexG, the Irishman, not able to dodge away from those. And now again it's the battle for air superiority as these 2 players go off against each other. Good shot from FlexG, lands a second one, but unfortunately that healing got to keep him up, but the third is all that's needed. 6 to 5. FlexG for the first time in this game finds himself in a lead. We'll have to see if he's able to hold on to it though, because this is not going to be any easier. This is really, you can see already Mangachu landing a couple of those pop shots and taking FlexG relatively low, but it will be FlexG who's able to find one more. 7 to 5, only 3 kills left for FlexG to try and get that coveted 10 points. Mangachu 5 away. That confidence that we saw at the beginning is no longer there. FlexG starting to figure it out, starting to look at where they're going. The concussive blast not going to be enough to confuse him. He does manage to land 1 shot, but Mangachu answers in return, snakes away from a couple of the shots. There it is. Mangachu says, do you know what, I've had enough of this. You've got a couple of kills in a row, I want to turn one back, and we'll manage to find one. So all still to play for. Mangachu not giving up on the EU server, wants to show that he's able to take this victory regardless of ping, regardless of where that server is located. But up close and personal, this is where it starts to get a little bit dicey. FlexG takes 1 or 2 shots, but going to be able to escape away from this. Managed to get the reload there as well. Mangachu again taking that high ground, but has given it up for the moment. Now sitting a little bit below FlexG. FlexG forced to land, and that's a little bit of a dangerous situation, but Mangachu takes 1 shot, 2 shot. No, FlexG is not able to finish things off. 1 more would do it. But Mangachu manages to escape away, but only momentarily, as FlexG manages to find 2 more shots and take down the Overwatch League Pro. Now the Canadian has got to be looking at that clock, has got to be looking at that scoreboard, and has got to be looking out because already 2 shots land. The punch takes him down. FlexG bringing out the Muhammad Ali to try and take down the Canadian, and it looks like it may just be enough as 9-6. One more kill for FlexG, trying to bring it home on the EU server, trying to do his country proud as Ireland want to take down Mangachu. One shot lands, not going to be able to find the second one. FlexG taken kind of low, but does find a moment to try and step away. Mangachu using that concussive blast to get himself a chance to reload, move away from this barrage that is coming out from FlexG. Again, we see both players moving around. Concussive blast again to try and keep themselves in check. Mangachu, though, getting the better of it as he finds several shots, and FlexG will now be forced to respawn. This is where you kind of stop for a second. Take your breath. It's one more kill for FlexG to take this victory. Mangachu looking for 3, looking for 2. He means business. He does not want to give up this game already. As Mangachu high in the sky, trying to take the pop shots of FlexG. Again, concussive blast usage is fantastic for both of these players, but it's again, Mangachu now starting to get back on top, starting to get into the swing of things, realizing where his opponent is going to move to, and it all comes down to this 9-9 on the EU server. FlexG goes into the air, desperately looking to secure the kill here, but Mangachu is whizzing around, dodging left and right. There's no shots landing so far as FlexG taken low, taken down as Mangachu shoots out the barrage as the victory comes in for the Overwatch League player. The Canadians will be cheering for the air superiority goes the way of the Canadians. What a fantastic game. That was so much fun. I thought for a second FlexG might have been able to eke it out. It was getting so close. Had the lead, was 4 kills, but unfortunately not quite able to secure it. Mangachu gets into the head of the Irishman and figures out exactly where he's going to be going and takes them down. Now, we're going to be swapping over towards NA, so there's going to be a little bit of downtime as we try and swap over towards that one, as everyone, including the behind the scenes, and Mangachu and FlexG will be swapping over. But that's got to be hurt. That's got to be sore. When you coming into this, you think, okay, maybe we've got this. FlexG's looking good, has got the 9 kills, just needs one more, and isn't able to secure it out. Now you're going over to the server where you don't have that ping advantage. You don't have any sort of advantage going into this. And in fact, you're going to be holding your head a little bit low after that excruciatingly close game. So now you got to look at FlexG. Come back in, keep your head up high. Whereas for Mangachu, you're probably breathing a sigh of relief. That was looking a little bit dicey in that game, and you most certainly do not want to be giving the Irish social media team any more ammunition for that Twitter game. But managed to keep himself out of this. Now we'll have to see if we can do the reverse here. If the Irishman can bring it back on that NA server and do us proud one more time. It's not going to be easy though. As you said, Mangachu, an incredibly strong DPS player. I mean, known for his role in Toronto Defiant as how incredibly strong he is on this Farah pick. Now he's going back towards his home turf. We'll have to see what FlexG can do, if he's capable of getting to grips with it, with that ping in the same way Mangachu has. But I think the Canadians who are in the chat are going to be very, very happy with the way Mangachu has been performing. Has been doing a great job on that EU server of getting used to the ping, figuring out how to maneuver around, and that was kind of the biggest thing we pointed out when we were looking towards FlexG as well, was how, sorry, I'm going to say ready here, how much we were going to, how well Mangachu was going to be able to move around, how he was going to get used to movement, even like you're obviously trying to predict where your enemy fire is going to be going to be able to look at that, take into account not only the movement that's going to be coming in, but then adding on that ping, those extra couple of milliseconds onto that shot as well, becomes incredibly difficult to do. But fair due to Mangachu, doesn't seem to be an issue for the Canadian. Now we'll have to see if FlexG can put in a similar performance. We're going to be loading into Eichenwald one last time to see who can take the throne from the Transatlantic Throwdown. See FlexG already taking a few shots, but Mangachu high in the sky once again. This seems to be the way that Mangachu likes to play this. Get up high, try and keep his opponent in his sights. Make sure they're not able to try and escape or, sneak away. As you can see, FlexG moving underneath the bridge. Find a moment to try and get that reload, but Mangachu doesn't take any opportunity, or doesn't let him any opportunity there to try and get the reload. Instead follows him through, and Now we're going to see them. FlexG up in the air again. Very quickly gets a shot on towards Mangachu, but no follow-ups are coming in. FlexG again. Shots are raining down galore, but none of them are finding their mark. It's Mangachu who seems to be finding the target more often than not. FlexG hits the ground. Now trying to see if he can get back up. Taken below half up. Managed to avoid the onslaught that's coming in from Mangachu right now. Managed to get one back as well, but it's not going to be enough. Mangachu runs up 2 quick kills. And FlexG struggling on the NA server at the moment. Wants to see if maybe he can hold on to the decency that he had, and that'll be a good start there. Manages to find 1 kill back, so it's going to be 2-1 at the moment, and that's going to give it a little bit of a bolster to the Irishman as well in this one. But Mangachu, cool, calm and collected. Not going to let the FlexG try and run him off of his home territory. Wants to put up a good showing on the NA server. Mangachu finding 2 quick shots. There's a third. You see FlexG scrambling to the ground, wants to get away from those rockets, but Mangachu is not letting up. The shots are coming in. Has managed to connect 1 more. There's another 2. Is not going to be enough though. FlexG manages to avoid any further shots. Will take 1 as he goes in close. Not quite able to get Mangachu there, but will on the final shot. So 2 apiece at the moment. Mangachu and FlexG, titans of their respective scenes, trying to see if they can take over that Transatlantic Farah play. Mangachu takes a couple of shots from FlexG, but manages to answer one back. They're going tit for tat at the moment. Mangachu slightly lower. 1 more shot will land. It's getting in close, but it's not going to be enough. FlexG not able to find the shots, and Mangachu will hit him with the right hook and send him back to spawn. 3-2. This is far closer than what was looking at in that last game. Neither player wanting to give an inch. FlexG, good read on the concussive blast. Managed to find a shot. Would love to get another, but unfortunately, it's not going to be the case. Now it's answered back. Mangachu gets 2 shots in rapid succession and puts down FlexG. Puts him back in his place. Says, you're coming over to my server. You're coming to where I live, and you think you can take me down. You're going to need to do far more than that. 4-2. Mangachu, though, taking 2 quick shots. FlexG will have to take one himself as Mangachu dodging away. Ooh, he's taking so low. FlexG not quite able to get it. That healing that we were talking about, that 35 per second coming in clutch, but it doesn't matter. You get too close to FlexG and he bites. Manages to get a kill back for himself. Now, FlexG floating in the air. Mangachu has arisen once more. In the skies they fight. In the skies the rockets fly, but none, well, I was going to say none connect, but FlexG finds 2 quickly. And that's going to be a quick and easy takedown. Mangachu again, not wanting to wait, not wanting to give FlexG a moment of respite here. As again we're in the skies. Mangachu takes a shot, takes another, but will manage to find a little bit of an opportunity to heal up. These shots are so close. You can see that these players both starting to understand the movements, both starting to figure out the patterns, but at that time around, Mangachu reads FlexG that little bit better and will find himself a kill. 5-4, the halfway mark hit for Mangachu. FlexG biting at his heels though, dying to get into this game, dying to take one away from him, especially after losing on that EU server, but not going to be enough. Mangachu very quickly finds himself in the business end of a rocket, and now you got to be putting in a bit of a head scratcher, because this is where we're looking at maybe Mangachu having the advantage, but FlexG is starting to figure him out. Mangachu would love to try and get a few back, try to stop the what seems to be the ascent of FlexG here, catching up on the Overwatch League Pro. Toronto Defiant are probably watching as well, thinking, who's this Irishman who's going toe-to-toe with our Farah player? But Mangachu, taken rather low, will be able to get away, manages to get a boost up into the air, but FlexG doesn't care, gets the shots, gets that crucial rocket, and is taking the lead. But we've seen how quickly these leads can turn. We can see how quickly that it really, well, to be honest, it really doesn't matter when all is said and done. We saw FlexG take the lead on EU, only to have it swiped away by Mangachu at the last second. And now we're looking at Mangachu, trying to see if he can answer back, try to see if he can get that lead again. The barrage goes out, but not able to find it, and that's what we were talking about. If you go for the barrage, if you don't find those first few connecting shots, you end up sitting there. So easy for Mangachu to take those few pop shots, avoid the onslaught, but FlexG learns his mistakes and very quickly returns onto Eichenwald to get the shot. 7-6, 3 kills for FlexG, 4 for Mangachu to close this out. FlexG, 1 behind, trying to see if he can bring this series back, bring it back for EU, for the Irish team. Mangachu looking to shut them down, put the Wolfhounds back in the cage, what? Maybe not wanting to go that close to FlexG, is both players taken low, but Mangachu will find the shots that he needs, evens it up, 7-7, 3 kills for either of these players now. FlexG taking a moment to get out before he figures out exactly where Mangachu's going to be. You see Mangachu waiting for him at the door, though, takes FlexG low. FlexG is able to hold on, though, has managed to get himself back up towards full health. Managed to get a couple of shots onto Mangachu there as well, but it's not going to be it. Mangachu very quickly turns this around, and now 2 kills away from that coveted 10th kill, from that 2-0 sweep. But FlexG, again in the skies. A little bit more of a, I'll say, parallel on these players now, where they're trying to see if they can keep each other in check, see if they can keep each other honest, but FlexG is finding himself in a lot of hurt, but manages to turn it around, sweeps away from that rocket at the last second to get the shot back onto Mangachu. This is incredibly close. Only 2 kills apiece, and already you can see FlexG wants to make that 1 kill, but it's Mangachu who turns it around. The Canadian is 1 kill away from securing the 2-0 sweep, from proving that no matter how good a game you talk, you've got to be able to walk the walk. Mangachu now, again in the sky, FlexG desperately trying to dodge away. These shots are raining down, none are connecting so far as both players sussing each other out, trying to figure out the next move, predict it, and FlexG does manage to predict one, but isn't able to get the follow-up again. We see dodging underneath that bridge, but it's happened once, it'll happen again. The kill goes over to Mangachu, and it's the 2-0 victory for the Toronto Defiant, for the Canadian man himself, and the Farah superiority will go the way of Mangachu. Fantastic performance on both sides, though. FlexG put in an incredible performance, taking on one of the best Farahs in the world and nearly giving him a run for his money. You see it on EU, very close. It came down to 1 last kill. And on this server, and the NA server, it came down to a single kill. Well, 2 kills on the side of FlexG. So fair dues to the Irishman, but unfortunately, a long way to climb before you can try and tussle with Mangachu. That is going to be everything from ourselves tonight, though. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. This has been such a pleasure to cast and a pleasure to see some of these fantastic players come up and see what they're capable of doing. But Andy, I think you wanted to say a few words there. Oh, sorry. Andy's just informed me there that we are going to do an interview. So we're going to have the 2 lads, I think, come into the call to find out exactly what they thought of each other. So waiting on those 2 to join in just a moment. But yeah, I think it's kind of going to be heartbreaking there for FlexG. I mean, it was incredibly close for the 2 of them, but unfortunately not able to take down Mangachu. And I think for Mangachu as well, it's kind of all to lose in these scenarios where you are going up against these players who are trying to threaten you, and if you can't go up and fight against them, well, you're only giving yourself ammunition to be taken down. But Mangachu takes it in his stride, takes that pressure, has seen it on the stage, has seen it in the Overwatch League, and it looks like absolute nothing for them. But I'm going to jump over towards Discord, so I'm going to jump out of here for 1 moment, guys. So you'll have to forget about not forget, but you'll have to be looking for my lovely voice for a little bit longer, as I'm going to swap over. So I'll be leaving you for a moment, but we will be back. Hello, guys.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
So congrats, guys. That was a fantastic set of games. That was so much fun. So, I mean, Mangachu, I'm going to start with you. I mean, what was your thought process going on to the EU server? Because I think that's got to be the most nerve-wracking going in and trying to deal with all those ping issues.
It's just a thing that you got to get used to over time, I guess. It was still kind of hard to get used to in the end, but I think if the game would have gone a little bit longer, I probably would have been more comfortable with it.
Oh, yeah. And then FlexG, obviously, I mean, 2 close games, and it did look like, at least on the EU server, you might have been able to take it, but I mean, it's obviously going to be a little bit sad to see that go, but you got to be pretty happy with your performance there. I mean, you were nearly able to take them.
Yeah, I think I done well, like good enough, but the nerves I think got the best of me. Like my field management was awful too. Like they always had
I
to
know
hide.
being cast by the one and only Ghost Who Dreams is going to be nerve wracking, but
Of course.
I think you did well for yourself. I think you really did Ireland proud. And I mean, obviously coming into this, then Mangachu, looking from a perspective of the Irish team that's coming in. Obviously, you've seen what FlexG is capable of. Were you impressed, or is it kind of a case of it was what you expected coming into this?
No, he was pretty good. He hit some really good shots, especially on EU servers. So if he's playing on LAN, I'm sure he'll play even better.
Fantastic. And then FlexG, obviously, I mean, going up against Mangachu, that's got to be, as you said, a little bit of the nerves getting to you. But I mean, what was your thought process coming into it? I mean, were you worried? Obviously, you're worried, but I mean, how were you going to deal with it? Was it just try and play your game, or was there anything special that you tried to bring to the table?
I was just like I practiced like for the last like 2 or so days, like doing like practice for our 1v1s and stuff, and I was doing good.
Yeah.
But I already knew like going up against Mangachu is like a whole different story. Like, but yeah, there's not much you can't really prepare too much for him. Like his movement was pretty sick, actually, and his aim was just nuts, like as always. So
That's fair. So Mangachu, then obviously you've got a couple of people that are going to be in Twitch chat who are Canada fans, and we'll be looking towards that Overwatch World Cup. Is there anything that you want to say to them, to your supporters who are back home?
Thank you guys for the support. We're going for gold this year. Hopefully, we'll get it.
Fantastic. And FlexG, commiserations to yourself, but I think you've done the Irish proud, at least in this one. So is there anything that you want to say to the guys yourself at home who are coming out to support you and probably spamming a lot of stuff in Twitch chat themselves?
yeah, thanks for all the support, and like we're gonna try and make you proud at BlizzCon. Gonna cause some upsets hopefully, and do our best.
Fantastic. And don't forget, if you do want to try and support the guys in getting to BlizzCon, you can pick up your your jerseys as well for the guys. And make sure you are following that. I think the link is below, and you can confirm that for me, but I can hear him spamming it away in chat as well. So please make sure that you do pick that up to try and support the guys. But Mangachu, FlexG, thank you so much for putting on what was an incredible show today. It was, at least from my perspective, very much a learning experience as to see what someone at the caliber that you two are at can achieve on that far. So thank you very much from myself and for all the viewers at home for putting on what was an incredible transatlantic throwdown.
Yeah, no problem. GG's.
Yeah.
GG's.
Well, that's everything from ourselves, unless Andy corrects me like he did in the last one. But thank you very much, guys, for joining us tonight. It has been awesome to bring you this event. And thank you for anyone who has joined us over from the North American side as well. It's a pleasure to have you over here. And we hope that we will at least do ourselves proud. And I hope when we do get towards BlizzCon, we can show that, of course, we have more players like FlexG that really can try and tangle with the best of them. But that is going to be everything from ourselves tonight. Thank you very much for joining us, and Slán go bhfuil.